Hey guys, what's up? It's Charlie here, and today we're going to be looking at 10 things that most humans can't do. And by that I mean things most people can't do with their bodies. Not only am I going to be telling you guys what most people can't do, but I'm also going to be showing you some videos of people who can do these things. And on top of that, I'm even going to give you guys some tips on how to do them yourself. So give them a go throughout the video and then comment at the end if you can do any of these things. Please drop a like if you guys enjoy. Let's aim for 2,000 likes in this video because it does really help me out. Okay, so coming in at number 10, we have raising one eyebrow. Almost nobody can do this. A lot of people think they can, but they don't realize they're also moving the other eyebrow slightly when they are doing it. And the reason most people can't do this is because the muscles are connected. This is probably one of the easiest things to learn how to do on this list though, so don't worry. All you have to do is hold one eyebrow up and one eyebrow down with your fingers to train the muscles to stay in that position. You may have to stay like this for a little while, and also it may take a few attempts. But once you've done it enough, you should be able to take your hands away and one eyebrow should still be up. Then after more practice, you should be able to do it without your hands at all. This isn't a very useful skill, but it is kind of cool to show to your friends when they can't do it. Just make sure you don't end up like these guys if you get really good at it. Huh, that's creepy. Anyway, here's a few more clips of people who are really good at eyebrow tricks.
Like this.
2. Exercise your eyebrows, both together.
Next up is open-eyed sneezing. Now this one is nearly impossible and only a select few can actually do this. If you guys see anyone doing this, it looks really creepy. You guys have probably heard the middle school rumor if you do this your eyes will pop out, but of course that's false. But you should be worried if you can do this because the people who usually can do this have something wrong with their reflexes. And it's actually good that your eyes do close when you sneeze because it prevents germs from your nose coming into your eyes. Here's a really weird video of it happening.
Yep, it's another world first for Mythbusters science. The high speeds confirm Adam definitely held his eyes open for both sneezes. And there was...
Next up is licking your own elbow. 90% of people can't do this, even though lots of people think that nobody can because it's been so popularized in film and TV. So yeah, if you can do this, you are in the minority, but you're not unique from everyone else. There's no real tips to teach you how to do this, just keep stretching your arm and your tongue and you might get there someday. But do not overstretch and break your arm. Sorry I had to say that, but there's always one guy.
You're a fucking idiot.
Here's a few clips of people who can actually stretch their tongue to their elbow so you can see the bizarre trick for yourself.
There it is, right there. Go that way. Give me his elbow. Nice and juicy right there. That's kind of nasty. Anyway, if you guys can figure out somebody who can do the same thing, let's see if you can do it with our arm. It's a bit of a challenge. You got a little bit, there it is. Good job.
Seriously here on Brainiac. As such, we make rigorous checks to ensure mistakes are not made. It will not happen again.
The other way is that.
Simply.
Coming up next is wiggling your own ears. Now I can't do this, but I do know a few people who can. This one is rare, but not as rare as you may think. Only 20% of people can do this. The reason most people cannot do this is because of the muscle function in the brain stem. In some rare cases, people can choose to wiggle one ear but not the other. Not even very many animals can do this. In fact, only bats and cats can wiggle their own ears. If you guys want to know how to do this, what you need to do is smile widely and you'll see your ears lift up. If you repeat this enough, you'll soon be able to develop the right muscles to wiggle your ears. Just be sure not to overstretch your mouth when you're doing this, as it can damage your neck muscles. Here's some weird ear wiggling clips.
Get out, I can wiggle my ears.
I have adorable ears too, by the way. You know, you kind of remind me of Hermie from Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Do you have these fantasies about being a dentist?
Next up is suffocating yourself. Many people think it's impossible to suffocate yourself, but some people actually can just by holding their breath. Even if you guys can do this, I suggest you don't because you can pass out and then injure yourself and even get into a coma in some cases. Here's a few funny fail videos of people doing this. Coming up next is multitasking. Okay, you may be able to multitask on some things, but I bet if you sit in a chair and then lift up your right foot and start moving it in counterclockwise circles, and then draw the number 8 with your hand, then your foot should change direction because your brain is being tricked into going the other way. This also works if you do the same thing with your foot but move it clockwise, and instead of drawing an 8 with your hand, draw a 6. Then it should also change direction. After a lot of practice, you can train your brain how to do this, but I suggest you make better use of your time. This one is actually so hard I couldn't find any video of it at all. Coming up next is touching your nose with your tongue. You probably remember some of your friends doing this in the lunch hall as kids, but it turns out those people were pretty rare as only 10% of people can actually do this. You might think it's to do with having a long tongue or a big chin, but it's actually not. If you want to train yourself how to do this, just move your tongue up to touch your teeth. Then use your bottom lip to bend your tongue and you might be able to do it first time. Personally, I couldn't, but I'm sure I could with a little practice. Here's some clips of people who can do this.
क्लोज अप घ्या ना त्यांचं चेहरा नाही आला तो जीवे ना म्हणतो फक्त जीवे आले Wow, you touching your nose.
Next up is moving only your ring finger. Most people aren't able to move just their ring finger without moving a few other fingers at the same time. This is because the tendons in the fingers are all connected, so one will do the same as the others because they're all linked up. Now almost nobody can do this. I read it's only about 2% of people, and there's no tip on how you can do this, it's just in your genetics. But here's some clips of people who do have the right genetics to actually do this. Coming up next is tickling yourself. Now almost nobody can tickle themselves. If you're about to tickle yourself, your brain can predict this and then stop the sensors that make you laugh. Very few people can actually do this. I do know someone who can do it, but only in one place of their body. Don't worry though, if you want to impress people with this, it's pretty easy to fake. Here's a really weird video of someone who can actually tickle themselves. So the last thing on this list is tongue rolling. It's a common misconception that tongue rolling is a genetic thing. Recent studies have actually proved it's based on genetic and environmental things. This is one I can actually do, just not as well as this girl. If you guys can't do this and want to know how, all you have to do is move your tongue out and then use your teeth to press your tongue on the sides. Unfortunately, this one isn't as rare as some of the others on this list, so I'm not that special. Around 20% of people can do this, but it still means 80% can't. Here's some videos of people who can roll their tongues. None of these are me. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Check out the poll in the top right corner and you can vote if you guys could do anything. Personally, all I could do was the tongue rolling. But anyway, as always, thank you guys for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and if you haven't already, what are you waiting for? Subscribe.